Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Taste and See South Florida's T.A. Walker.
And I'm digital producer Victoria Lewis. Good morning.
You don't know your name.
Well, I am in the process of changing it, so you're gonna have to learn how to pronounce Chomsky.
Jimsky? Did you say?
Good luck.
I like mine. It's very simple. Walker. You can't really mess it up. So this is real. I can't believe it, but it's actually happening. It's a Friends reunion, right?
Yep, all these years later, you're going to see Monica, Chandler, Ross, Rachel, Phoebe, and Joey. Got them all. And so it's not a new episode. It's not a revival, like the Parks and Rec. They did a cute little one. It's just kind of all of them meeting up after all these years and checking in with each other.
Sounds like a Brady Bunch type deal. But people have been wanting this. You know, Friends aired on NBC in the 90s, and there's been rumors of a Friends reunion all these years. And so it looks like we're finally getting it on HBO Max, right?
Yep, they're going to be meeting up on HBO Max. They're also going to have a few of the other characters too, the characters that played Richard. I think Janice is going to be there, all the fan favorites. So it'll be really fun to see them after, that ended in 2004. It's now 2021. Somebody do the math, but it's been quite a few years.
It's about 20 years. Yeah, I never watched Friends when it was on NBC. I watched it in reruns years later. So I kind of want to see them get back together. Sandy, good morning in Palm Beach Gardens to you. And Justin, always checking in with us from Michigan. Good morning, Justin, to you.
Same here. But I was 2 years old when the first episode came out, so I have an excuse.
I was in college. I don't have an excuse. Okay, so a lot of rule changes yesterday. The president came out and announced this.
Today is a great day for America in our long battle with coronavirus. Just a few hours ago, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the CDC announced that they are no longer recommending that fully vaccinated people need wear masks.
So that's inside, outside. They're saying pretty much you don't need to wear your face mask, right?
Basically, unless it's a really crowded area, that's when you're going to have concerts and that sort of thing. I'm fully vaccinated. I went and sat at a bar the other day without my mask, and I was safe from COVID, but now I have a cold. So we still run that risk.
So you got a cold as soon as you stopped wearing your mask.
Yeah, basically. I had gone over a year. I hadn't been sick since I got off a cruise in March 2020. So that was a good run. That's a really long time for me. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's great. Bianca says good morning from Wilson, North Carolina. Good morning to you, Bianca. It's good to see you. Well, it's interesting because last night I was at Old School Square at the Jimmy Buffett concert, and if you're in the venue, they were requiring you to wear a mask. So each kind of establishment or venue has kind of their own twist on the mask rule. So you kind of still need to always have one around. But if you were in your pod of 4, you could take it off. And it was funny. Everybody standing in line to get into the concert didn't have a face mask on. But, the Jimmy Buffett and his whole team they were completely vaccinated. So they were up on stage not wearing a face mask. It was interesting. There was people like this couple were sitting outside the venue to listen to the music because there's only about 888 tickets that were even possible to get into the venue. There would be 3 more shows and they're all sold out. So I
didn't know there was that many Parrot Heads still.
They had a lot of young fans there too. It was an interesting mix of new and older folks. So there you go.
Looks like you're having fun.
I had a margarita, but I actually gave that away, just for the record. I will say the venue was really cool to work with, but Jimmy Buffett's people, they were really we were filming not even the stage and hours before, that scene you saw right there, and they did not want they stopped us from filming inside the venue, and not just us, every media outlet and people that just were using their cell phones to take pictures and stuff. And nobody could really figure out why they were so they were enforcing it so, how do I say this delicately, strongly, and they would actually come up and like push us off to the side. So it was people too. It wasn't just media. It was everyone. So.
Well, they need to be reminded it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and they need to relax a little.
I know. I thought for a laid-back show that was really strange, but okay. GJR, good morning to you in Royal Palm Beach. Garrett says, thank you for the Palm Beach Model Railroad Club. That's at the South Florida Fair, which we'll talk to in just a moment. He also wants to remind us of Cheeseburger in Paradise. Vera, good morning in Port St. Lucie. Miguel, you're furthest away, high in Germany, missing West Palm Beach. So that's really nice. We appreciate those shout outs to you guys. So we talked about masks at concerts. What about masks in schools? Because that's a little confusing to me.
Sure. So it really just depends on the county. And of course, this is just public schools. But when you go to Okeechobee County, right now they already have masks optional for this year. Then you have Indian River County, which has said that they are going to make optional masks next year. Palm Beach County has said the same, but Palm Beach County will be enforcing masks for summer school. And then you're going to have a kind of similar thing for Martin County for the rest of this school year, which is only a couple weeks left. We're almost done. They're going to enforce masks, but then for next year, it's going to be optional. But they did say, like, it's all about the numbers. They kind of reserve the right to reinstitute it later. But for right now, that's the plan.
There you go. And this story kind of cracked me up this morning. When I got your push alert about the 5 things to know. Norwegian Cruise Line and the governor are getting into it with each other, right?
Yeah, so he is currently actually suing the CDC to prevent, they have basically said the cruise ships can set sail again, but it's a very high vaccination rate that they need. I think it's 98% for employees, 95% for passengers. And the problem there is that Governor DeSantis doesn't want COVID vaccine passports to be a thing in Florida. Then Norwegian Cruise Lines, who he called a small cruise line, but they're the 3rd largest in the world, just throwing that out, they are the 3rd largest in the world, said that, if this is going to become a standoff between DeSantis and the federal government, then they will have to move their operations. And they currently are out of Port Canaveral, Tampa, and Miami. So that would be 3 ports that they would be leaving.
That's awesome. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist James Whelan. Hi, James.
Good morning.
This weekend, it's the fair. It's back. And so how are we looking weather-wise?
OCP.
Say what?
I'll be back.
Okay. James is going to be back. So we'll get back to the fair when James is ready. Let's talk about alcohol to go. This is something that's kind of controversial, right?
Yes, so we are actually the 2nd state this week to make their alcohol to go permanent. Texas also did. We both live there. And so it's interesting because this was originally executive order for Ron DeSantis that he implemented during the Safer at Home order to kind of help restaurants generate business and, make up revenue that they were losing from having people in the restaurant. So now they've made it permanent alcohol to go. There's some rules with it, kind of like it is in Louisiana. Things have to be in a container.
Sure.
But some people are worried that it could increase drunk driving incidents.
Well, I think that's up to the person that's buying it. Really, it's their decision. And then I think for restaurants who are struggling, this is a great way to make a large profit off a low price point. Like like $11 Tito's drink cost them all of 30 cents. So I think it's good for them. Terry in Atlanta, good morning. I think we have more viewers outside our viewing area than we do in our viewing area. And Doreen. Right, Doreen from the South Florida Fair actually says good morning from Stuart. Good morning to you. Let me get back over. There's a lot of buttons over here. The Preakness is this weekend. The Palm Beach Kennel Club. This is Medina Spirit, actually. Just by the way, the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Back in the race.
Tested free from drugs for the Preakness. There's 3 rounds of testing before the race, and the first round, the Medina passed. And so this weekend at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, they will be having wagering and viewing of the Preakness, which airs here on WPTV News Channel 5. Post time is around 6:58 on Saturday. But they have all sorts of events starting at 10 at the Kennel Club. What were you saying about the Triple Crown before we came on air?
Sure. So it might be impossible for us to have a Triple Crown this year. So Medina Spirit, we're still not sure if his Kentucky Derby win is going to hold up because he did test positive for performance-enhancing substances. But the second place horse, who would then be the technical Kentucky Derby winner, isn't even racing in the Preakness. So if it does turn out that Medina Spirit's title is revoked, there is no chance at a Triple Crown.
There you go. And that's everybody always wants the Triple Crown, right? Like they always want that kind of total win. It kind of makes everything fun. Moving on to the Art Heist experience I told you about a couple of weeks ago. It's the final weekend at the Kravis Center. It's a very highly immersive, very interactive experience. You know, Netflix just put a documentary out about this $500 million art heist that happened in 1990, and it's still unsolved. Boston PD and the FBI tried to solve it early on. There were some blunders with evidence and whatnot, and they were unable to solve it. So if you solve it, you can actually get a $10 million reward. But here's what it kind of feels like when you're interacting with the actors. You get clues on your smartphone, and you ask them questions.
Let's take some questions right off the top.
So you were in prison while this heist happened, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, hello, I'm in prison.
Yeah, but I've seen enough Batman and Robins that you could be manipulating and running stuff from the jail, right?
Possibly. Possibly.
It's a lot of fun. It's outside the Kravis Center, so you're not actually in it, and your mind makes up the rest. You know, the suspended disbelief happens still, even though you don't have the sets and the lighting and the music and everything. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
No, it looks like they really get into it too.
They do. And the South Florida Fair is back. And keep in mind, it is going through May 23rd. It's not as long, but it is the full-fledged fair. I was out there a lot last week, and there wasn't a lot of folks there. So if you're worried about crowds and stuff like that, you don't have to kind of worry about that as much. People were keeping away from each other. I got the Dilly Dilly dog. Do you know what that is?
No, do I want to know?
Yes. Okay. So I get it every year. And it's right by Gate 2 and the Expo Center. It's the first corn dog stand. And so it's a hot dog wrapped with a dill pickle and then put in the corn dog batter and then fried. And then you put mustard on top of it. It's like a fried pickle meets corn dog. It is so good. I highly recommend it.
That sounds really good, but I want fried Oreos.
They have those. They do have those. I don't like chocolate, so I kind of pass by all that kind of stuff.
Chocolate, okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if, James, are you ready to come on and do some weather chat, or are you kind of busy over there in the weather center? He looks like he's busy in the weather center. So yeah, so it's the last weekend of the fair at the South Florida Fairgrounds. And if you want the rest of my fun, oh, he's ready. Okay. James, get it together, man.
One more. That's okay.
You have one more what?
I thought you read the chat. You showed me the chat thing.
I see. Well, it says, okay, I'm back and ready now.
Okay.
Sorry. That's why I brought you on.
Awesome. She just has one more to do. It'll be all right.
Is she doing a weather hit?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the things that air between now and 11 a.m., I believe. And Katya is doing that. So let's go over here and see if there's any comments. Garrett says he's going to the fair. Jordan says, nice horse. So there you go. Yeah, you can always leave comments in the chat and we can pull them up. It's kind of a fun feature. So let's just wait on James now and Katya.
No pressure at all.
So I think James has to be quiet as she's recording that. That's why it's kind of funny. Yeah, you can get.
I wonder if I can do this.
Let's all find out.
Guess we've been working at home too long. We forget other people have things going on. We're just in our own space all the time.
That's right.
And I love it. I never want to change it.
I know. That's so true. It's so true. I think James is trying to pull up some graphics. But if
we found a different way to do this. I think it'll work.
Done.
Hey, here comes Katya too. She's here.
Oh, good.
Good morning, Katya.
Wait, she's disconnecting.
Maybe she should step out of frame when she does that.
Yeah,
not in here.
Move your head a little. Yeah. Wrong way. Oh, the other way. I was trying to help a girl out.
That's so funny. So if you want information on any of the events, I just posted the 5 fun things to do this weekend article. It's at wptv.com/taste. And then Victoria, you send out a push alert every morning, right?
Yes, I'm that one person that wakes you up at 6:55 a.m. with that loud push alert to let you know what you missed overnight. Okay. So today, you can go look at we got the alcohol to go, where we're at with masks in school, CDC guideline with masks, where we're at with cruise ships and DeSantis's lawsuit. So all of that information, one convenient place. You can always click for more information.
There you go. James, we have stalled a long time for you.
Oh, were you stalling? Okay, I think I'm good. I'm trying to open up the weather graphics here.
My dog is scratching my legs because he's ready to go outside again.
Oh, look, it worked. Hold on one second.
It's cloudy where I am, so that's...
It's overcast in Jupiter.
Yeah, it is pretty cloudy out there.
We have really stalled for like 3 minutes now. Hey,
I like how I popped on. You're like instantly, let's go to James. I'm like, wait.
Well, I'm a stickler for time. I told you 9:08, and there you were at 9:08. I was like, oh, he's ready to go.
Oh, did you say 9:08? That's funny. I didn't even catch that. And that's the only way I can ever be on time is not to know at all.
Tito.
Oh, you know what I did?
Oh, there's Katya.
Yep, she's getting.
How do you unblock the thing?
What do you mean unblock?
Depends on what you're unblocking.
Anyways, I don't know what Katya is doing over there.
Paul says, who cares? Nobody. Well, thank you, Paul. Thanks for watching.
That's a funny moment of my Friday morning, Paul.
That's why I love this. You can just pop any comment out there.
I'm going to hide.
All right, Garrett says South Florida Fair. Hey, how about that? That's what I'm going to talk about the forecast for, but you're not going to see any graphics because I can't get it on there, right?
It's okay.
But it looks nice. I did, and then I blocked it. It looks nice for the first part, but I think on Saturday, just keep in mind, there could be a shower coming in around late afternoon, like the dinner time hours. Otherwise, the temperature is going to be very comfortable. We'll be talking about a low 80s, which is cool for this time of year, really, and low humidity too. Probably our last cold front coming in, so that's not that bad. And so, but the rain chances, like I said, mainly say late Saturday into the evening. Check the radar first before you go, and then maybe early Sunday. But by the time the fair starts up, gone, and then we'll see some sunshine in the afternoon with low humidity and highs in the low 80s. It really looks nice, especially Sunday.
It's nice.
There's
Let's
Katya over there. Doesn't have a head.
All right.
That's about the best you could hope for this time of year.
Yeah, it was so nice last night at the concert in Old School Square in Delray. It was beautiful out. So
yeah. Oh yeah, the Jimmy Buffett concert tonight, right down there.
There's another one. Yep, absolutely. It's sold out though, so you can't buy tickets. So
yeah.
But apparently, don't bring your cell phone out. They're very upset about it.
Yeah, you got to keep your cell phone. But you can go to like Elizabeth's or anywhere there on Atlantic Avenue, and you could hear it. Just FYI, there's people standing from the parking garage looking down at the venue, getting a show for free. So there's a little tip for you. All right, guys,
have a kind of people right there.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.